Alright, man, so you already know we got Spider-Man PS4 coming out and Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out, you know what I'm saying? Spider-Man in September, Red Dead in October. Will Spider-Man PS4 get Game of the Year? We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We still getting into that because Red Dead Redemption looks amazing. But we already know Spider-Man PS4 is gonna look crazy. Oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michael Khan for this video. I don't know if it's Michael or Michael. I'm pretty sure it's Michael Khan. Yeah, man, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
There's a question on all of our shoulders, or just mine. Will Marvel's Spider-Man make it to Game of the Year 2018?
We don't know.
There have been masterpieces of Spider-Man games over the years that just couldn't make it somehow. But I think that this game could do it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, can't. I'll be giving you my thoughts on those reasons in today's video. Will Marvel's Spider-Man win Game of the Year 2018? Let's start. So guys, first I'll be talking about why the game maybe can't make it to Game of the Year 2018, so then we can end it on a high note with why it can. So the first reason is other games this year. There have been many great games and will be many great games this year, such as Celeste, that got a 10 out of 10 IGN, God of War also a 10 out of 10, and most likely also a 10 out of 10, Red Dead Redemption 2. So just other games like that could be kind of a good chance of winning Game of the Year.
True.
Just because, you know, variety. Like, there's not one game that everyone's excited for. There have been many games, like the ones I just suggested, that could make it. And it's just up to decision making and not just paying attention to one game, which is actually a bigger factor than you'd think. The next point, which is actually really important, is that this is the very first game in a new IP for a developer. Insomniac Games have been very good with Ratchet & Clank, and the latest one they made back in 2016 was probably the best one they've made, in my opinion. It was so well crafted, and they learned so much from their previous games. And that's what I mean, previous games. Sometimes the first game can be incredibly good with lots of potential, but it could use much more, such as the God of War series. Sony Santa Monica outdid themselves with this one because they knew what they were doing from the start. They made all previous God of War games. God of War 1, I think, was very good, and they extended the potential that I talked about earlier in God of War 2, and then 3. The third game was incredibly successful to many, and then this one came around, God of War 4, many years after the third one. It took a lot of time for them to think about this one, and this one got a 10 out of 10 masterpiece IGN rating. So brilliant, like, bro. This could be very similar to Spider-Man, and this is also very similar to the Uncharted series, which I will always compare for years to come. Uncharted 4 is my current favorite game of all time, and this was my first Uncharted game. I had to look at the others after this, and just how it innovated so well after each game. Uncharted 1, great. Uncharted 2, extended so much more. Uncharted 3, in my opinion, it was a little better. It's fantastic. And then Uncharted 4, masterpiece, the best in the series. And they pulled off a spin-off with The Lost Legacy, which I think they'll do similarly. Insomniac will do similarly in The City That Never Sleeps. They'll, you know, do spin-offs. And also the Batman Arkham series, which was very, very important. Arkham Asylum was great and held much more potential. It was great. They extended into Arkham City, which then got many, like 10s out of 10s, 5s out of 5s, Game of the Year editions were sold. And then Arkham Origins, which in my opinion is still great. I'm not sure better than City, but it was pretty good. And then Arkham Knight. Like, each game innovated in so many ways. But my favorite game, of course, of Batman is Batman v Arkham Knight. Of course, it's Arkham Knight. My point is that lots of video game series evolved in each game, and by the end of the series, it was probably the best game in the series. Like, maybe they took a false turn in the last one, maybe like Arkham Knight for lots of people, but still, that's a very important factor. And if Insomniac make more games, more Spider-Man games,
they will.
Which they will. I'm sure they'll be much better than the first one. I guarantee it. Alright everyone, now we can finally go on to why the game could become Game of the Year 2018. So my first point is knowing the character. What I mean by this is, so I showed this to probably anyone in the world, and they'll immediately probably know who this is. Then I'll show them this person. Give me an F in the comments if you know, but lots of people might be skeptical about who this is, and if you don't know, this is Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, the main character you'll be playing. So, probably lots of people will be paying attention to this, as Spider-Man is much, and I mean much, more famous than the main character in Red Dead Redemption 2. And
that doesn't really...
let's go back to Uncharted 4. Like, Nathan Drake at the beginning was an incredibly loved character, but at first he was being made fun of Dude Raider as a ripoff of Tomb Raider. But after Uncharted 4, like as the series went on, by Uncharted 4 he was a icon for PlayStation, how famous he was.
He's always been an icon.
So it's all about knowing the character more and more and then loving them more. And as Spider-Man has been loved for many years by fans, I'm sure that he will be much more recognized and then given more attention for best game of the year.
I'm gonna explain
now,
it after,
guys, the last but most important point is actually luck. Now, I really don't want to sound mean by this. I'm not saying the game will be bad, but it does need a little bit of luck to get to Game of the Year. All games need a big amount of luck to get to Game of the Year. And this will be probably the case for Marvel's Spider-Man. What I mean by this is that the game cannot be just like any other Spider-Man game.
It's not.
It is kind of, open world, swinging, great combat system, story is going to be great. That's the thing, the story needs to be great. The city needs to have lots of stuff. Lots of game reviews are bad because of how the cities aren't alive, there's nothing to do, and how maybe the graphics are bad or it's downgraded. The story, the city, the open world, everything needs to be great to have a great review. I'm sure you'll understand that with how IGN reviewed Arkham Origins and Arkham City. Have a look at both reviews and see what I mean. I'm sure you will get it. And it'll be very similar for this. High scores mean the game needs to be well made and even a bit of luck. The story has to have great moments, spectacle moments, character moments, human moments, and good plot points and twists to make it a great story, just like Naughty Dog does, and that's what gives a game a great score. Not only from great critics, but also from opinions from fans. And that's where part 2 of this point comes in. The community and fans of this game. As you know, I am a fellow Spidey Squad community member, as well as many other community members, and of course the founder members of the Spidey Squad. And this community was made specifically for this game. And I don't know about you guys, but I know some YouTubers who did get a channel, start a channel based on one game. As an example, Robin Gaming started his channel for because of our Uncharted 4 at Thieves' End. This community started because of this game, and it was all thanks to Evan Filarka, of course, the legend himself. And
true.
If we can review the game, if we shout out enough that the game is really good, it's not going to be a perfect game. Trust me. I'm sure not all Game of the Years are perfect, even though they need to be, or at least as high as that. So it will be hard, but if us all, I will be making a review of the game once I complete it. I'm sure Evan will, and lots of you guys. So if we, shout out enough that this game deserves Game of the Year, maybe, just maybe, people will see that and recognize it, and maybe it'll happen. That sounds childish, but it is a point. So guys, that is going to be the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please blast that like and subscribe button if you did, because it shows your support, which I really appreciate. And check out my channel to see the content I make if you want to have an in-depth look at what I do before subscribing. And let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with the points I've talked about. I really like to talk with you guys and hear your opinions. And have a wonderful morning, day, evening, whichever, everyone. 2 weeks away from Marvel Spider-Man. I can't, I'm not ready. I can't, guys. I can't. I'm not ready. this is insane. The hype is alive. And to give you guys a quick little opinion of mine, I think, and I would like, the next Just the Facts video to be J. Jonah Jameson interviewing Mary Jane, because she is a reporter in the game for the Daily Bugle, so it'd be really nice to see what JJ has to say about MJ and him asking questions to her about Spidey and the city. So, thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful morning, day, evening, whichever. Hashtag be greater. Peace out, guys. See you next time.
Nice video,
it's
bro.
Happening, guys. Okay, we're seeing it right now. Saving the best for last. We're going in. Woo!
This man Evan funny as hell. Hey, great video, man. For real, bro. Great video, like I said. When you were saying, like, Spider-Man's more of a popular character, I mean, yeah, it'll get more sales, but that doesn't really define the game of the year, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it could put that little edge on it, but it really doesn't define it, you know? I kind of agree, though. They'll definitely get more sales off of that, but you're not going to just get game of the year off of that. But I see what you were saying, though. You really explained everything on point. I really enjoyed this video, man. Seriously, it was on point. It was... You knew what you was talking about, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't just talking about certain things. You knew what you was talking about. And I really enjoyed that. Like you said, it's going to take a little bit of luck because there was some great games this year. And we got Red Dead coming out. And we had God of War, of course. And it's going to take a little bit of luck. Just a little tiny bit, you know what I'm saying? What I think is going to define this game getting Game of the Year is the way they're promoting it. They're promoting it. Oh my God. It's mind-blowing how they're promoting this game, bro. Of course, sales... And just gameplay in general, like the little things. Like, I hope all the reviewers that got the game and everything already are like really reviewing it up to par. I mean, it's been a lot of spoilers, but God, bro, I hope they're reviewing it up to par, because those small reviews and like the small details and gameplay and stuff like that, story, everything, that's what defines the game of the year, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna really define it. Everybody go subscribe to Mike Elcon, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You feel me? If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you new, you know what I'm saying? And please turn on notifications to get notified when I upload a stream, man. Shout out to all my subs. Witty fan, you already know we lit all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Joseph Witty, man. I'm out of here. Oh, my elbow.
I understand we have a low information caller who thinks we're better off thanks to Spider-Man. What's your name, caller?
Pete, Ben Riley. I just want to say that I've never seen Ben so safe and peaceful since Spider-Man arrived.
The pun.
Well, Ben, let me set the record straight. Did crime exist before?